Freida, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different than the other ones I've posted. I want to show you guys everything that I use and love for my hair. I get so many questions about my hair all the time, and the truth is, like, there are some like holy grail products that I have found recently, and there are some that I've been using for years and years that I have just found to be the absolute best. My hair is actually naturally a brown, actually it has almost a little bit of red in it. So I actually only get my hair done about twice a year, sometimes more depending, but I try to just like let it naturally grow out a little bit more because purple shampoo does change the colors. So I have people ask me all the time if I get my hair done. I'm like, no, just purple shampoo. It just changes the color tone, and I honestly love that. But when I get my highlights, I like to have a little bit more feathered look, so that way when it does grow out, it just blends really nicely. And I cut my hair myself too, so I give trims and stuff throughout the year just to save a little bit of money. Today is day 3, so I haven't washed it in 3 days. I love my dry shampoo. We're going to start off with that because that is like one of the best dry shampoos that I have found. I need to go get it. So all of these products that I'm going to show you are ones that I have been using for a long time, at least a year, so I know for sure that these are like tried and true. There are a bunch of products as well that I'll be doing in another video, my product empties, some goods, some bads. You'll see some repeats of these that I've repurchased. So Batiste is my favorite dry shampoo. Even if you have darker hair, if you just spray it in your hair and then let it sit for a little bit to soak up the oils, and then you can either like tussle it out like that, or you can full on brush it. I do the tussle versus brush depending on if I had like just curled my hair the day before and I still kind of want those curls to stay, or if it's straight or something like that. My hair gets a lot more oily when it is straight, so this is like the best thing ever for all occasions. They make little mini ones for traveling too. This is the largest size. I like to get mine at Marshall's because I find it for $8.99 there, which is the best deal you can find anywhere. Even at Ulta, when they have their buy one get one half off on their smaller sizes, this is still a better deal. I have checked. That's holy grail product number 1. Number 2 is for specifically blonde hair. So if you have highlights, or if you have naturally blonde hair, or if you have gray hair as well and you don't like those yellowy brassy tones that you can get, this blonde sexy hair from the brand Sexy Hair has been my most favorite one ever. It does have a really, really nice scent of like lavender chamomile. To be honest, my husband does not like the smell at all, but I have always found it to be really nice and calming. It is actually purple. Ooh! Almost made it spill. So it is actually like a super dark purple color. I don't know if you can see that. And put it on my hand so you can see. So it's legit purple. The best way to use this, because it is a little expensive, Ulta does have these go on sale fairly frequently. Like this is regularly $40, I think, maybe $45, but Ulta recently had a sale of it for $20, and this is the big macho one, the jumbo. So this lasts usually about a year to a year and a half, since like unless you wash your hair like every day, then of course it's gonna not last as long. I don't wash my hair with this every single day though. I still like to use a different shampoo. Honestly, I just use my husband's. It's just Pantene. Like that works great. Especially if you're washing out coconut oil, which we'll get to. When I use it, I put it in my hair, lather it all in there really well. If I'm doing a quick shower, I try to leave it in for at least 5 minutes. If I have time during the day, I actually get out of the shower, put a hairnet, a clear plastic hairnet over my head, and I leave it in for about 20 to 25 minutes, maybe even an hour, depending. Be careful not to leave it in too long, or your hair might look a little bit purpley, shiny hue almost. I think that's kind of fun, so I don't mind, but of course that is up to you. But that one's definitely another holy grail. I love it, and it does not dry out my hair. Another one is coconut oil. Oh my goodness, I cannot say enough how amazing this is for your hair if you just leave it in either overnight or just leave it in for 2 hours or so, even one if that's all you have time. Let it just really soak up everything, get it in there. It's almost like just a deep conditioner. It's just going to help your hair just to get back to its healthy state. It's not going to take away your split ends. It's not magic, but it is some form of magic to where it does make your hair feel super soft and healthy. When I'm rinsing this out in the shower, I usually wash my hair once with shampoo, really get it all in there, try to make sure the water is like on the warmer to hot side so it can melt the oil out of your hair at the same time. So I rinse out the shampoo and then I wash it again with either my purple shampoo or just the regular Pantene, and then of course conditioner. Before we move on to the after shower products, I want to also let you know that with conditioner, I actually use a wide tooth comb to brush my hair or brush the conditioner out of my hair. Conditioner I usually put basically from here down, although I put whatever's left over on my scalp as well just to give a little bit of shininess up top. But I usually just try to go like mid shaft down, and depending on if you have time or not, I try to leave it in for at least 5 minutes. If not, just however long you can, and then rinse it out. It has helped my hair to not get as many split ends, not brushing it when it's like damp and all those things. So that's like a little secret thing I do in the shower. After I take my hair out of the towel, the first thing I like to put in it is this guy. Now I have used this for almost 6 years. It is one of those products that is not going anywhere. It has helped so much for me to not get tangles. I used to get really bad tangles in the back of my neck. It would just tangle and mat so bad just as like throughout just one day even. It would tangle so badly just because my hair is so long and things would rub up against it, especially in the winter when you wear jackets and such. Just the friction will tangle your hair and it was so frustrating. So I was like, we need to find a solution. So then I went and tested this guy out. It's a little bit expensive. It's like $10 or $11. That's a lot for something like this, but it does last a long time. I do about 4 pumps in my hand because my hair is long. I'll rub it around. I'll scrunch it up in my hair, kind of go like this as well. Never like rubbing as much as I can just to kind of protect my hair. But that's what I first do when it's wet out of the towel. Another thing I like to do is this Prep Rally from Drybar. This smells so nice. It makes my hair just smell wonderful. So after I do this guy, when my hair has dried a little bit more, so it's more on the damp side, I'll spray this in there. It makes it so later when I'm brushing out my hair, it's so nice. It is also a super heavy duty heat protectant. This is a heat protectant as well as like a frizz control, but this one's like super heavy duty. So I love like the extra protection. This is definitely an optional one. If you were to choose between the two, I would go with this. This is more expensive. It does make your hair smell really nice though. I had been noticing that when I curl my hair, or actually more so when I straighten it, my hair almost smelled burnt. And I was like, this is so weird. The temperature wasn't super high. I was like, maybe I need to get a new straightener. I don't know. But then I started using, Then I started using this and it seemed to just really, really help with that. Another one I love when I'm doing a blowout is this by Bumble and Bumble. Or honestly, if my hair has just air dried and I'm like, okay, let's curl, there's not as much like va-va-voomness, I will still like spray this at the roots of my hair. I'll just go and especially like here at the back, I'll like go like that and then I'll curl it, and it gives just a little bit of more of a fluffy poof. And I love that volume aspect. But if you use this when your hair is just damp, like very hardly wet, before you go and use the big roller brush to do a little bit of a blowout, this gives you bonus volume. Oh my gosh. So this is the thickening spray by Bumble and Bumble. A little bit goes a long way with this, so just be careful. Another item by Bumble and Bumble is actually their UV primer. It's a heat protectant. I don't like this for a heat protectant. I was so disappointed that I didn't love it because I used it for about a month and I was like, this is not good. It made my hair smell worse when I used my heat products, which was so frustrating because I don't want my hair to smell bad. Like if you give someone a hug and they're like, oh, like I think about that stuff. So for me, I was like, I don't like this. But I did find a secret kind of hidden talent of this is that if you're going to let your hair air dry and you kind of want a little bit of like a wavy, not like complete beach waves because it's not that much of a magic, but kind of just a natural pretty wave or just a little bit more texture, this is what I will use. So if I'm gonna just let my hair air dry, I don't plan on curling it or anything, I'll spray this in when it's damp, borderline a little bit wet, and I'll just kind of scrunch it up, and it gives me the prettiest like natural waves. So, hidden talent. I'm glad I could save myself from this not being a heat protectant because it was expensive. So, yeah. So, anyways, that one probably 7 out of 10 just because it didn't do what it intended to for me, but I found a hidden talent, so bonus. Another item that is super unique, honestly, I don't even remember where I heard about this. I don't know if it was a Ulta sample or a Sephora sample, but I ended up being able to get this on Amazon. This is the Wella Professionals Oil Reflection. It's a luminous soothing oil. It's super interesting. I don't use this all the time because I'm just kind of paranoid about putting an oil in my hair, especially if I know that I want to style it again, because I just don't think it's the best thing for your hair to have oil and then heat. It just seems like a bad combo. But for a day like today where I know that I want to wash my hair tomorrow, but I don't want my hair to look dull today because sometimes a dry shampoo can make it a little bit dull, I do just 1 or 2 squirts max. This is super oily. I'll rub it all over my hands, and I did do that today, so the shine that you see in my hair today is all of this guy. So I'll just kind of do very lightly touching it. I'll kind of just go like that. You don't want to get too much oil, and I'll kind of reform the curls a little bit. So I go in the same direction of the curls, might spin them around lightly to my roots because I don't want to bring the oils back in that I just took away from the dry shampoo. That's like opposites things, so be careful on the roots, but I'll just kind of do a little bit of this motion and it just gives the prettiest shine. So that one is an awesome bonus. Last thing is to touch on my heat tools that I use. I don't love curling irons. I can't do the clasp. I just have never been super good at those. In high school, I adopted a wand. I finally went out and got myself a good wand. I have perfected that tool so well. All my friends and my family, my sisters even asked me to come over and teach them how to use it. I was so flattered. But I really love the wands, especially when you get the technique down. They're the easiest tool to use. They give such a pretty natural curl. I love how the different barrel sizes can really give different effects. My favorite brand, and this might blow your mind, is actually Remington. I know there are some amazing, high quality, expensive products out there. I'm not bashing on those at all. I still think those are really good, but for a fantastic drugstore cost, Remington is the way to go. Oh my goodness. This guy right here, I kind of have a little bit of a matching set because I have this in a 1" to 1/2" barrel, and I also have this, I think my other one is a 1.5" to 1". But my favorite thing about this style is it just gives a really natural look. So this will give more tight spirally curls, like if you see this one right here, how it kind of goes from a larger to a smaller. Now granted, this is 3 days. I have not recurled my hair. So this is 3 days worth of the same curls that have just loosened up. So they were at one point like really tight. But it does give, see if I can find maybe an example. Honestly, I think this one's the best example. My curls have loosened so much, but it does go from like a looser barrel to like really tight ones at the bottom. So that's what the 1" to 1/2" barrel does for me. And I really love that. You'll see an upcoming video later this August that I bought this kind of specifically for. So I'm excited to show you that one. This guy is the one that I use most days. Actually, I wonder if this is almost a 2-inch to a 1.5 inch. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to double check. I did buy all of these on Amazon so I can check my order history. So I'll let you guys know in a little bit. I'll pop it up what size barrel this is, but it's a much larger one, so it does create the more loose, like loop-de-doo curls. And if you want it to be even more loose, like beach curls, all you have to do is right after you set the curl, actually just give it a tug, so while it's still hot, if you just pull on it, it'll loosen up the curl, so that way it's more of a loose wave and not a spiral. Next is my straightener. I do actually need to get a new straightener, so I don't know if I can 100% say like go buy this one because I need to look for maybe a new style, but I love that it does have, sorry the cord is like all bundled up, it does have the thing that you can kind of like lock it, so for travel it just keeps it really nice and safe. The reason I actually do really love this style though is because you can curl your hair with this too. It's so easy. If you just, I'll kind of try and show you, it's not going to do it right now obviously, but if you just grab and then instead of just going straight down, you do like a twist thing and then pull down from there, it will give you a really pretty curl. So I used to do that all the time in high school. I don't so much do that anymore just because I'm super into the curls right now, but you know how you always go back and forth. It does have the heat setting on there too. So this is by Remington. I seriously cannot rave about their stuff enough. The price is fantastic. The quality is fantastic. I have had these for years and years, so they last a super long time. Like I've had this probably for 7 years now, maybe 6. Anyways, I love this so much. That is just about it. All of my super favorite, most loved hair products. I wish I could just like rate these. Oh my gosh, crazy hair right now going on. Anyways, I wish I could like give you a list of which ones that I love the most, but everyone has like, or every one of these has their own like different little bonuses to them, and what they're used for is just all so different that I can't really like rate them. They're all just amazing. Everything has worked out so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more. Don't forget to also ring the bell. Oh my gosh, I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I hope to see you back again soon in the next video.